big meeting today between the president and his top general in Afghanistan. That meeting coming amid reports that Afghan President Hamid Karzai is now holding secret talks with the Taliban. Michael Kay, former advisor to the UK Ministry of Defense. And Michael, how are you? Good day to you.
Good to see you, Bill. I've got that tune, that last tune in my head now, and I can't get it out.
So do we. It's called Talk to the Animals. On a serious note here now, how big of a deal could this be if Karzai is talking to the Taliban before a U.S. security pact has even been signed, or based on what we're seeing here, is even close to being signed?
I think we've got to take a pause, Bill. I think it's fairly evident by now that there is no military answer to Afghanistan. We had 100,000 coalition troops in the country in 2010 at the height of the insurgency, and now we're seeing the Taliban as resurgent and active as ever. So for me, the old Taliban adage, when they look to the West and say, you may have the watches, but we've got the time, I think is playing out quite nicely for them. It doesn't matter what the skeletal residual force structure we leave in Afghanistan is. It's not the solution.
But is Karzai, he's still an issue, right? I mean, you would freely admit that Karzai is still a problem.
Well, I think what we have to try and do here is get into the mindset of Karzai and sort of Afghan society. Einstein once said, never try and solve a problem with the same logic that created it. And I think what we're trying to do, and what we've been trying to do over the last 10 years, is impose a centralized governance template on Afghanistan. And what that means is that you get a centralized government in Kabul that then has a rule of law and governance that extends out to the districts, provinces and shuras, and that's the way that that the country should be run, on a sovereign-based system. I think we should understand by now that Afghanistan doesn't really apply to a sovereign-based system like we understand Western templates to. The society within Afghanistan is all about tribal cultures, Pashtuns in the south, Uzbeks in the north, Turkmens in the north, and Turkmenistan's in the north as well. And I think what we have to do is try and understand through a decentralized structure how we can apply governance across the country, and that means more of a federation and allowing the tribes to get on with their own rule of law and the systems and that they're used to and have been used to over 100 years.
That could be the eventuality there. But if that is the case, Michael, that involves the Taliban.
It absolutely does, Bill.
Would the administration be forced to accept a deal like that?
I don't think they've got a choice.
Would they ever?
I don't think they've got a choice, Bill. I mean, we have to understand that the Taliban are still going to be here unless the West puts a significant force structure in Afghanistan for the foreseeable future, and I'm talking over 30, 40, 50 years, then we have to expect to see the future of Afghanistan at the political level involving the Taliban in some way, because if we don't accept that, they're just going to keep coming and keep coming
that might be a really difficult thing for this administration and veterans in this country to accept and manage. Michael Kay, thank you for your time. We'll talk again, okay?
Pleasure. Thanks, Bill.
Great to see you. Thanks.